Hi there, Prairie Plant Girl here. I thought it was time to give my little patio planters here, my little salads in a pot, a little trim. So I thought maybe I'd try and show you what I'm doing to just freshen them up as the season goes on and the greens start to get a little overgrown from the heat. So hopefully you can see this. It's a pretty bright day out here right now, but I'll try and give you a little demonstration of what I'm doing here. As you can see, some of the greens have gone to flower, and will make them pretty bitter and not tasty. So those are the mustard greens that were in the mesclun mix there. So I'm just pulling those out. I'll just add them to the compost pile. So I've just been yanking them out here by the root. It's pretty tightly packed with all these greens in there. So I'm gonna get all of those yanked out. And then I have a pot down here of lettuce that's really wilty and not looking so good. So there's a few bits that are okay, but I'm going to try and trim out a lot of this that's just wilty and not looking so great. So, and then I'll also go through on this pot here, and you can see there's a bit hanging down. So I'll go through. I haven't gotten these thinned out, so I'm going to go through and just thin all that out and clean them up. Just got to watch I don't pull the tomato with the mustard plant here. Oh, that one had a real mass on it. Try to put the dirt back in if I can. I don't know, what do you think? I like the mustard greens in my salad, just a few at a time. They add a nice little spicy touch, but I can sure tell when I've snipped too much out and add it in. It's a little bit intense, but what do you think? Do you like that bite in your salad, or could you do without it? I just take these and I'm going to cut them into smaller pieces and add them right into my compost. I don't think any of them have actually gone to seed yet. You could leave them, let them go to seed, and collect the seed for next year, but I guess I'm lazy that way. I'd rather just grab a pack from the store with the mix. Oh, it smells good. Now I'm just going to go through and pull out some of this other stuff here. This is what happens if you don't do your thinning. Some of this is still pretty nice, and I'll probably just put it to the side for a salad later tonight. But when you get right in there, some of it's pretty gross looking. Just hasn't had the air circulation, the sunshine reaching it. I've been mostly just cutting it off and letting the roots continue to grow in here. So that's part of the reason it's gotten overgrown. I haven't been thinning it by pulling up chunks. I really like this Butter Crunch lettuce. lettuce is growing right into the tomatoes here. I don't know if you can see that, but the tomatoes kind of bent its way around some of those plants there. And then this one I'll just thin it out too, and then should be less root competition for the tomato and more air circulation for the lettuce, and everybody will be happier. I think once I get everything pulled out, I'll grab some compost and just do a little top dress in here, freshen the soil up, give these tomatoes a bit more nutrients. I can't believe we've had temperatures in the mid to high 30s the last while here, which is, I believe, actually the mid 90s, I think, in Fahrenheit. And I just can't believe how well these greens are still doing up here. They get a little bit of shade up here through the hottest kind of noon hour part of the day, but they get morning sun and mid to late afternoon sun, so they get a lot of sun here. And they're still doing pretty good. And it hasn't really been cooling off at night, so it's been a hot little spot. There. So I've got a nice pile down there. I'll make into a salad. A bunch to go to the compost. The pots have a lot more room in them. Like I said, I'm just going to go grab some compost and top dress them with some compost and water that in, and I think they'll be much happier that way. Give the tomatoes just that much more room to do their thing. I might even do a little bit of pruning on this back tomato. It's looking a little gangly. It's hard to tell, I know the lighting's not great here, but do that. And I just thought I'll show you while you can see it right here. I've run drip tubing into these pots. You can see the tube goes up and into that pot, and then each of these pots has a little drip emitter as well. Sorry, the shadows are just awful. But that's how I'm keeping them watered and surviving the heat. But I think they could definitely use a little top dress with the compost and a little extra water. So I'm going to do that for them. But I just thought I'd show you how I thin these out and get them, carrying on through this heat of the summer as the days get hotter. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.